Welcome, everyone, to Speak Easy with Love. My name is Joanna Trey Love, and I'm your Miss Women United States. And I gather here today with someone really special to my heart, a very, very beautiful old soul that has come into my heart because of one common denominator, and that is abuse. And while that could sound very sad, we celebrate it today because it is through our hard work and our dedication to heal and to overcome that we have become the woman that we are, the woman that takes care of our world, our families, and ourselves, right? Better than anything. So, without further ado, I'd like to share with you this beautiful queen that sits beside me while she shares her heart and tells us a little bit about her story and journey to this moment. Dulce, go ahead and tell us your full name and your title and where you're from.
Okay. I actually have a long legal name. A lot of people knows me as Maria Dulce Anco Pino Dickerson, but everybody knows me as Dulce Pino, and I am representing Nevada for this United States National Pageant.
Wow. That is quite a name for sure. So tell me all those names. What is behind all that? Tell me all the reason
Oh
for that
my
long title. Yeah,
goodness.
I want to know.
Well,
That
Maria, my grandma named me Maria after her because her name is Maria.
beautiful name.
Pizza, probably because my mom loves some candy, sweet.
Uh-huh.
And
Italian.
I know. I don't know where Anko Pino is my father's last name, and then I was married with Mr. Dickerson.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So you've got a whole bunch of titles, right? What is one word that would just describe you?
One word has just described me. Um, Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
They call
That
me
you know
sweet.
you are. You are as sweet as they come. That's for sure.
Yes.
So what is your background? Where are you from? What is your culture? What is your background?
Well, I was born and raised from the Philippines, and since high school, I've been traveling, and I end up coming here and, you know, living here in United States.
And what I know that you're representing Nevada. Why are you representing the state of Nevada? What does Nevada feel and mean to your heart?
Well, with Nevada, I established some businesses there. At
Mhm.
the same time, I work with scientific gaming company. It's like the slot machine. So I'm a sales marketer. I'm a senior sales marketer, and I handled all over Western region of United States. So when they need some any casinos need some slot machines, they come to me and I approve the contract.
Wow. Okay. So this all makes sense. So you are the girl that is, and are you doing, you had said you do statistics for them, or are you just the vendor?
Um, you're
Like
breaking up,
you
Joanna.
you had said something like you do the data and the statistics for them, or are you just the vendor, just sales?
We are the vendor.
Okay. And how did you get into that?
I know. I knew someone who's like inventing the slot machines. Actually, the father, I mean, I know the son, but the father is the one who invent the slot machine and build up the some of the casinos in Nevada.
Wow, 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 wow. So tell me some of your fun contracts that you work with in Las Vegas or all through the state.
It's actually all Western region, so I handled California.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I also handled California, of course, Nevada, mostly Las Vegas. Because we everybody knows that Las Vegas, that's the biggest place with, the casinos.
Awesome, awesome. So tell me what you know, here you are in pageantry, and I know that we've spoke on many occasions, and being part of the United States organization is not your first rodeo. You've got a long story of pageantry, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. Tell me a little bit about that. You've been around the world with that. Tell me.
Well, since I was, a kid, I
Yeah.
really love doing the modeling, the pageant.
Huh?
But the thing that really, like, I found out to myself is I love joining a pageant that have a cause, like, like the system that help other people, the cause that, like lifting up other people.
Yeah.
So I've been joining everywhere, international, especially in Europe. I goes there
Mhm.
almost every year to just join the pageant and fundraise.
Wow. Well, and fundraise, like you are the queen of sponsorship and fundraising. I have never seen anyone, no, seriously, I have never seen anyone do it like you do. What is your secret? And what's your woman power behind all that?
Well, remember, I grew up as a businesswoman. When I was like in first grade, I started my own business. So
What?
I brought, yes, yes. I remember my mom was like screaming at me, like every time she will go to my school, was like, "You cannot do that one." First grade, and
That's
now
awesome.
I sometimes like tease her, like, "Oh, are you regretting now? Did you regret?" But
Right.
anyway, um, how I do fundraising is like, of course, when you know people, when there's already a connection, I have to start like talking to them about people who are in needs.
Hmm.
And we know that everyone have a heart, no matter what.
Yeah.
Either what kind of businesses, if either like,
Right.
everyone have a heart. And I know that everyone wants to pitch in, everyone wants to help. So that's how I bring
Has
my
anyone ever
charity.
said no to you? Not
Um,
many. Not many, huh? I
I
bet.
don't take now.
I
I
bet.
don't take now. If they were going to say no to me, I'll turn around and find way to get yes.
Yeah. I mean, and that really, I think that's your superpower. Really. I've watched you over, time, and I'm like that it's just incredible the
Oh,
woman power that you have behind that and creating that influence and creating that support package. And as you all know, it's not easy to have a vision and dream and to be an entrepreneur or an advocate. And when we're on that journey, it's so important that we have people that can support us so that we can lean in and continue to do what our mission is. And I just really want to recognize you and acknowledge you for all the support that you provide many of us in this organization and to all of your friends and family that I see you with. It's just your generosity is so pure, and I know that is the way that you love. And I see you, and you are beautiful. Thank you for all that you do.
thank you.
Now, speaking of love, you are a mom, right?
I am.
Tell me about your
Kids.
children. How many children do you have?
I have 4 kids. So I have 24, 22, 15-year-old, all boys. And I have one little girl that she will be turning 5 years old this month. And oh my goodness, I have 12 with her.
Yeah, yeah, right. She breaks the mold.
Oh, yes. Yeah, but she's adorable.
And what is it like for you being a mom and being the powerhouse that you are and the businesswoman that you are? How do you mom? What's that look like
You
for
know
you and
what? Of all the things that I've been through life, if I don't have my kids, I don't know. My kids are my strength.
yeah.
They're the one who's like giving me strength and giving me like the power, like, that I need to keep going, never give up. I mean, again, they're like my strength.
Hmm.
So they're my world.
And you had made mention that of all the things that you went through, what was probably the most tumultuous life experience that kind of just broke open your heart and changed you forever?
Um, Actually, I'm not going to. I was a victim of domestic violence.
Mm.
I was young. I thought that I fall in love with the right person,
Hmm.
and I thought that he will be my forever.
Yeah.
But basically it didn't happen. So the worst thing that I've experienced is losing a daughter.
Oh.
Um, yes, in that abusive relationship, um, I stayed. I hold on even like in the first year of marriage. I've been
Mhm.
quiet. Even my family didn't know. My friends didn't know that I'm into that relationship. I was shy. I was scared. I
Yeah.
was ashamed that you
Oh
know
god.
like I, I don't want to claim like, hey, I'm a victim here.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So until such a thing that one day, um, we got a fight. I had miscarriage. Again, he pushed me 8 stairs down, and I was in coma for almost 48 hours and lost the baby. I was 8 months pregnant at that time. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, I woke up and he was there. My ex-husband, he was there telling me that don't tell anyone. Like, still try to manipulate me, but it's because of love. Because of I was so scared that I don't want to have like a broken family, or I don't want to be separated, divorced. I hold on to the relationship
Mhm.
until my oldest son, like I witnessed when one day he was so drunk, he grabbed my oldest son and,
Mhm.
put a knife on his neck and was like,
Oh.
I am not going to lose another kid.
Yeah.
So that one opened my eyes. And actually that time I have the courage. I was strong enough to leave the marriage.
Mhm.
I have 2 kids at that time. I have my 2 boys at that time. I just grabbed them and left with like whatever I have, like the clothes that we're wearing. Like I don't care. We have to leave.
Yeah. 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 And um, one of the most profound things that you shared was the silence and not wanting to tell anyone. And I humbly just feel that with you the most because it's it's traumatic enough to hear what happened as a result of that. But what people don't understand, people that have not been in situations like that, you know, the isolation and the lack of speaking out and speaking about it is what creates the abuse the most, the secrecy,
Mhm.
because you're right, you don't want to tell anyone, you're embarrassed, you're ashamed, how could this happen to me? I remember just thinking, I was an imposter. Here I am as a life coach and someone that everyone looks up to and leans into for support and help and advice, and here I am, you know, getting the shit kicked out of me regularly. And, come to find out that, this man was doing some pretty horrible things to my kids, my daughters especially. And when you're traumatized like that, you're in shock. You're in an emotional shock. So you almost like you don't know what to do. You're
You.
just kind of like going to the next action, trying to keep
Mhm.
things together and cohesive, especially if there's children involved, and they know that, and I think that that's how it becomes this catalyst for more and more abuse, because it might start with some jealousy or possession. It might start with a little more aggressive control, but before you know it, those disagreements and that control and that possessiveness becomes heightened until there's a push, a grab, a shove, and then you're stunned, and those pushes, those grabs, those shoves, they get quieted away.
Yeah.
And you know it's not very long after that before something really traumatic happens that you're just like, whoa, what's going on
So,
here?
so for me, Joanna, I'm okay. If
Hmm.
some people were going to do that one to me, like before when my ex-husband did it to me, I was taking the abuse. I was fine. But seeing like losing another, like a kid, and then trying to like, do something with
Yeah.
our other kid, I was like,
Yeah.
that won't happen.
Isn't that
I'm
something?
strong. I can take
Yeah,
it. No
you
matter what, I can take anything. But
you
don't
are
you
so
ever
right. Yeah.
dare.
And I feel with you on that one. I remember um thinking for myself that if I was fighting back, or you know, I was not, I was fine. I was okay. I could handle this. I'm a survivor. I'll get back up, you know? And you're right. It was when I found out something was happening to my child that I was like, mm-mm. But isn't it something that it took that to happen to someone that we care about before we did anything about it? Because
Yeah.
we were unable to just do that for ourselves. And that's that layer of abuse that's so um, thick and entangled with many different layers of abuse that are interwoven in there, that get you so that you can't see straight sometimes. It changes who you are. And for women like us, it sounds like it made us that overachieving, empowered, female that's going to take care of the family and work and be successful, right? So those are great advantages, but never to be dismissed, that those are deep wounds that, change us forever.
Yeah, it will be forever. Don't get me wrong, I still get nightmares every now and then.
Oh
I
God.
still look back and think like how my daughter you think looks like right now if she's
Oh,
alive. So, but hey, good thing is I'm here. I have
how
four.
old would how old would she be now?
She will be 20 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, she'll be 20 years old.
What's her name?
Honestly, I didn't name her. Probably Angel. That's
Angel.
it.
Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I'm so sorry for your loss, Dulce. That's not okay. And you are quite a remarkable story 20 years later to be sharing, and the woman that you are. And I feel with you. I understand you so much. I remember when we walked off the stage last year at Nationals and just hugging each other and just feeling all that emotion. It's
Yeah,
it's
right.
a
We
deal.
have
It
this
never,
bond right
it
away.
never goes away. It never goes away.
Yes, it won't.
And this year when I became an advocate for the state of California as a domestic violence advocate, one of the things that I was so enamored by was, they were giving us like statistics about what cultures endure the highest rate of domestic violence and murder.
Yeah,
And it's the Filipino culture.
it is.
And
It
and the
is.
number one weapon that they use in murder is a knife.
True.
So what you just shared is very much of what people are living in your culture, and it's so important that there are women like you that are brave to share your story, and not only share the story, um, but be a story that shares transformation and change and healing.
Hmm.
Because the reality is, there's a lot of women just like you that are, working through that battlefield and not talking about it and trying to figure out how to get out too.
Yeah.
So thank you for
Well,
braving
it's hard.
that.
It's hard to get out. Like, again, I was asked one time with one person. She was also, actually, it's a male. He was also in a domestic violent victim. And he asked me, why you didn't leave?
Yeah,
I looked
that's
at him
a good
like,
question. You're like, geez.
yeah, right. That's a good question. But thinking about it, like, over and over, yeah, why I did not leave, why I waited until like I lost a daughter.
I
But for me right now, like I was thinking like, well, it's because I was young and again, I
scared.
was scared.
We were
I
scared.
was scared with the title that I have way back home and my family and me being so stubborn, standing like, I can do this. I'm ready to have a family. And then, no, I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I kept it forever. I kept it that long enough.
yeah.
So yeah, it's hard. It was hard.
So if you were to share with women today, that might be in the same space as you or I were, that are feeling that same way, like they don't know how to get out and they're hiding it and they're in, they're isolating, some of those details and the reality of what they're living, but just killing and hurting inside. And what would you want to say to them? What would you say to a young girl or an older woman of any age, really, a man, a woman that is in this, that what would you need to hear?
I'm just going to tell them that they're not alone.
Yeah.
They don't need to be quiet. They don't need to like hide. There's a lot of people there that's also in their situation, and I know reaching out is the number one key. Talk to someone that even that a person that you don't know over the phone. We have a lot of things that we can use now through telephone, like reach out some counselors. There's a lot of ways that we can do this. Being here in United States, I've seen like, you know we are very lucky living in this country. Way
Hmm.
back home in the Philippines, even we will going to reach with police officers. They're going to show up. They will going to like they will just going to like say that, oh, it's a family problem. We're not going to do that.
Wow.
So that's how they do it. So anyway, as what I said, reach out. Reach out. There's a lot of people that will going to listen to you. You're not alone.
Yeah. 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 It's crazy to, like you said, in the United States, right? And this is a pretty massive epidemic in the United States, and living through it myself, there isn't much justice in the system.
Hmm.
Um, but you had made a very good point, at home where you're from in the Philippines, it's a different story. I mean, what does domestic violence and abuse look like from your country? What's happening? What are you seeing there?
It's really very bad. Even if you're laying down there comatose, they're just going to say, it's a family problem. We're out of it.
Oh wow.
It took me 5 years to get justice in my part, and I didn't even like have a chance to put my ex-husband into
Yeah.
jail. What I did is just
Wow.
leave, leave. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is it's like, where are they now? Where do they go now? Are they on to the next victim? What does that look like? And that.
Actually, yes. Once like funniest thing is, and I know it's too personal, but my kid's half brother, the mother reached out to me, and
Oh,
um I'm helping her. Financially, I'm helping her too every now and then. And I told my kids sometimes question me, Mom, why are you doing that? And I was like, well, first is they're also your family. Second thing is she's very young and she needs some support.
mhm.
So as long as and for me, because like I'm not going to say, yes, I already survived, I'm not going to have this issue anymore. I am just very lucky because I have a very good foundation, having great friends around.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Like my business partners, my friends. I don't have much family here in United States. But all I can say is I am really very happy because like all my friends, like probably people say that, oh, like probably real friends will be just one, two, three, four, we can just count them. But I know I can't count as many as I can with friends, and I can rely on them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I really admire the community that you have with your girlfriends. They're beautiful people. I've spent some time with you guys, and
Yeah.
I'm still probably smiling from the time that we had together.
Yeah, right.
You girls can eat. You girls can eat.
Oh gosh, we can eat. Yeah, but again, Joanna, how I wish that we will going to have like people who are a victim right now. They're not just going to be quiet and wait like the like a big impact and make them realize that, hey, you know what, let's stop this.
Right.
Yeah, because again, for me, not only that I lose a daughter 20 years ago, but honestly, right now, I am also facing helping my oldest son who have been the witness of that domestic violence. And now in his age, he started getting those flashbacks, recalling what happened to him when he was in childhood and got diagnosed having a PTSD. And it's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard.
Well,
Like,
it sure is. And it comes without warning, and it has it, I know personally it certainly doesn't make being in a relationship easy. Your partner really has to have a lot of compassion and understanding for what you've been through.
mhm,
Because your stuff, your triggers can show up at any time, and that PTSD, it feels sometimes like a tornado. It just comes in really quick and then drops you off and says and leaves you alone.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
brutal. It can be really, really relentless sometimes.
yeah.
I I know
And
it's
again, we can stop this. We can stop this. Domestic abuse, it's not acceptable at all.
no.
No
So
matter how much we love the other person,
mhm,
still, it's not acceptable.
no, it just no more. It's got to be a
Yeah,
zero tolerance. And when it shows face, it's got to be a commitment. And that's something that I really try to share with as many survivors as I can, is that you know love is not the end all. It conquers all. But in a relationship with someone else, the love for yourself has to be so strong that it can make decisions for you when you can't make decisions for yourself. Because sometimes loving someone else can be intoxicating,
correct.
and it can, put us under the influence, and mentally we don't think straight. And so that
True.
self-love and that self-awareness, it really has to be ingrained in a practice, and something that, is so developed in us that when we are being compromised or disrespected or a boundary has been passed, it shows up for us, instead of that, survivor coping mechanism that wants to fight back and fight and hold on to that love, but rather shows up as a truth, to honor us and hold space for us so that we can step back and no, no, no more. No, thank you.
Hmm.
You know,
Yep.
and I've truly learned that sensation of walk away. You don't have to get the last comment in. You don't have to, be heard all the time. When someone, loses their cool, it's not your problem. You don't have to fix it. Just
Yep.
get
Enough
away.
is enough. I
Yeah.
just remember grabbing my two kids, didn't have a chance to bring any clothes, like, just what we're wearing, going to my mom. And I told my mom that he's not allowed.
Right. Good, 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 good. So what did that road of recovery look for you? And how has it brought you to where you are today?
It was still a challenge because again, with the kids are very young at the time, 4 years old and 2 years old when I walk away.
Hmm.
And like he still started, like once, like he started like manipulating me, making me feel guilty about the kids, like, like making me feel like, okay, I'm not going to give you money for the kids, like for the kids milk. Like
And
I
that financial
struggled.
piece kicks in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
financially,
All of,
like, I struggled. Again, I grew up in a third world country where poverty is really, really very common. Like I remember, like I live alone. Like when my oldest son, he was like 2 years old, no, 3 years old. He's like,
mhm.
"Mommy, I want milk," and I was like, "I ran out of milk. I ran out of formula. What will I do?" So I mix water and sugar and wrap it in a like diaper cloth. And then he'll open it. It's like, this is not milk. This is water. It's clear. Milk is white. I experienced that.
Yeah.
So, like, again, he started manipulating me by telling me that you're not getting any financial stuff. But like for me, like seeing my kids growing up like that, and I said, no, this is like, I have to figure things out for my kids, not for myself, for my kids. And I know I can do it.
Yeah.
If I know how to do business since I was in the first grade, I can do this. I will survive.
Yeah.
Guess what I did? I like condensed milk. I make candy and sell it to our neighbors.
Of course
I
you did.
remember that.
That's awesome.
I remember like cooking, like, doing
Yeah.
all this stuff, and sell it. So, and then I started like getting, like, going to the store and like doing consignments and sell it more. So I started making money, and it works. It
Yeah.
works for me. So, if I can do it, why other people can't?
That's
That's
right.
what, you
Right.
know, yeah. So I am very, very proud of myself. Like, looking back now, like before I will cry, but right now I will like, you know
So
what? I'm still thankful for those
great.
people who hurt me
Yeah.
because they just teach me how to be strong and who I am. Like, like I am here right now. But of course, I'm not forgetting those people who've been supporting me and loving me, for everything what I've done and what I'm doing.
Yeah. I just wanted to write that down. Thankful for those that have hurt me. They make me strong.
Yes.
That's quite a platform to stand upon and to share from there. I know that you have pretty big a pretty big purpose right now as you light up our world with your passion and share with some of those spaces for others to help them find their way too. I don't want to tell it. You tell it. I don't want to give all
Well,
the
I'm
share
not
with
supposed
us
to say anything, but I'm
share with
just
us
really
some of
very
the things
excited.
that
I
you get
know
to
last
do.
year, October, I've been working, well, since I actually come here in United States, I've been, like, my outlet is helping kids and women who are victim with domestic violence, until like I
And how
started
do you do
talking to guys. There's like an organization here in Sacramento that's called Weave and My Sister's House.
that? Okay.
So I
Did
just
you
get
say
connected
weave?
with them. Weave, WEAVE. Um, so they're just like the victim. We always have like every Thursday before the pandemic, we always have a meeting and meet and greet and just talk, listening to like what's going on, who needs help, like who needs like clothes, food, including the kids. So I've been in that organization until just last year. I was like, I started like, I think I'm financially ready to open my own shelter.
Wow.
And I didn't know, for some reason it took me forever
Yeah.
reaching out with, businessmen, partners, like everyone. And they had their board meeting yesterday in Nevada, and they're approving in
Wow.
Nevada to open
Wow.
my own shelter for the domestic violence victims.
What does
So
that feel
I'm looking forward for that one. I have a lot of support with, again, with business industries in Nevada region, specifically in Las Vegas. And
what a great
um,
what a great space to do that. There's so much sex trafficking going on and
true.
sexual exploitation and many realms of homeless and domestic violence and my gosh, what a space to create that support for people that are in need. Beautiful. How does that make you feel? What are you feeling? My God.
I'm really very excited. I was shocked, and I was like, really? Like, yeah. And again, like, I just couldn't believe it. I mean, English is my second language, and I know I have an issue with my grammar, the way how I talk, but I just like, I'm still like, really surprised that all these people have been supporting, you know, my platform. And I'm just like, like just really very happy, very speechless right now.
What are your goals? What is your why for wanting to open a women's shelter? And once you do, what are your goals? What do you want to see in that space of recovery and uplift for them?
Well, being a businesswoman,
Mhm.
so my plan is when we open that shelter, I will definitely teach the victims how to make money.
Yeah, I think I just want to come.
Yes, I just like, if we have to start making the candies out of condensed milk and sell
Yeah,
it, we'll do it.
yeah, yes, good.
We'll do it. So, yeah, that's actually my goal. A lot of people say that money, financially, we don't need it. Like, it's not true. We're living in United States.
We
Nothing is
do need
free.
money. We do. Yeah, I
Nothing is free.
yeah.
So, in order for you to break that silence, and again, one of my reason why I was quiet, why I was so afraid to go out, like I don't want to leave my ex-husband because he was the money maker. He was the one that
Yeah.
provided us. You
Yes,
need to know how to support yourself and your kids first.
absolutely.
And that is one of the ways for you
Yeah.
to like, survive.
Yeah, and the highest percent of people that are homeless and trafficked are women and children that left a domestic violence situation. And
True.
so a lot of times when people, want to just chalk up homeless to mental health and, they're upset about it, I'm like, oh, no, 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 sit down. We need to talk because it's not as simple as people want to just write it off as, there's a lot going on there. And, there are a lot more women and children that are fleeing their home, like yourself, with
Mhm.
nothing that
Yeah.
really need support, that really need healthy spaces to go, rather than be in a space of survival where they're vulnerable and someone can come along like a trafficker or another abuser and
Mhm.
make things look too easy and I'm going to help you and come this way, or we need to start standing up as people in our world that show up for each other and not overlook problems, because these are our problems, all of our problems. They're not just, the ones that are interfaced with it.
True.
These are these are our neighbors, our people of our communities, and we need to love everyone, not just some.
True. And some people or some women or like kids that goes to like, because like human trafficking is like, not that they usually kidnap that person, but they sometimes like, hey, we will going to give you a job like
Yeah.
this, like that,
Oh
like a
yeah.
place to stay. So of course that person will go and they don't know that they're already transported to a different place.
Yep.
So like for me, in my shelter, I'm hoping um, teaching how to make money, teaching them, educate them that, this is what we're going to do so we can live, we can survive. Giving them like a place where they feel secure, because there's also lots of shelter. I found out that they will just going to let you stay at night, daytime. They will just going to let you go somewhere. Now that is one of the reason why we have this like people on the street, people on the road, like begging money, begging food, asking food. So if they just have a place that they can stay and they will learn how to make money and provide for themselves and for their kids,
Yeah.
then yeah, that is actually like a good thing. That's a good start.
Yeah. And it's so needed. And there's you're absolutely right. One people things that people don't understand is, yes, there are shelters and there are places that people, food kitchens, things that people can receive resources from. But what someone that is in need really needs is the ability to become. They need training, they need life skills, they need the kind of emotional support that is more than just a place to sleep at night or a meal, because those are the vehicles, those life
Yeah.
supports, those essential supports those are the vehicles that are going to help them get through and not just be surviving. And, in order to heal, we need to take the time to, do the work, the inner work. In order to become, we've got to take the time to personally develop and learn skills. It doesn't just happen. Sure,
Yeah,
things force us into that, but my goodness, fortunately or unfortunately, when you're on the street and you have nothing and you're in shock and you're in trauma for something that just happened, you know,
it's hard.
it's not easy. And we overlook how much time healing takes. We
True.
overlook, because sometimes we could look fine on the surface and we can be an overachiever and getting things done, but we can't necessarily see what's going on inside somebody.
True.
And when their things come up, sometimes it can be very debilitating, and it could prevent them from being able to do their job or be a good parent and
Yeah.
take good care of themselves on a day-to-day basis. So it's so important, Dolce, that we have resources to give survivors so that they can get back on their feet, they can heal, and they can become something that they feel good about so that they can take care of themselves, because that's what we all want. Nobody wants to be, someone else's hostage. No one else wants to
True.
be hurt or controlled by anyone else, right? We want to be able to
True.
feel good about who we are. So it's awesome that you're on this path. Thank you so, so much. So what's next? So you've gotten this good news. What's next in your journey?
Next will be I'll be reaching out to you.
Well, you know where to
You
find
know
me.
that.
Yeah, you know
You
where to
know
find me.
that. One
Really.
step at a time. At least right now, I'm just really very happy that we are fully funded, financially secure. And when I say financially secure, all those people, hey, it's Vegas.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
person that stepped in owns 80% of Vegas, and I'm so proud
Wow.
knowing him. I'm not going to mention
Good.
his name because he told me not
And
to.
using that to a positive advantage is a beautiful thing. That's wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm looking forward to, like, to see and help the victims and help them heal, help them like smile again and enjoy life.
Yeah.
Enjoy life.
And,
So,
and feel their smile. I sometimes will catch myself, and I'm sure you remember this, especially being in a coma. When you're in such severe shock, you're just kind of paralyzed in a physical sense. And I
mhm,
remember smiling for many years, but I was in shock. It wasn't a felt smile. It wasn't a joyful smile. And
yeah.
today when I smile, sometimes it's just like this permanent or an everlasting smile. And someone will say,
Yeah.
"What is that all
It's
about?"
kind of like contagious with other people, right?
Yeah, and I just sit there and I'm like, I'm just happy. And for so long I didn't know what that felt like. I really couldn't feel it. I was just numb. I was paralyzed. I was in shock. And so when I feel something that feels joyful or real or just good, I can't help but just sit in that space of that smile, because you know um finding your smile and feeling your smile is two different things. And I know how important that is as a survivor, to show up and just have that moment where you're like, wow, I'm okay right now. I'm
Yeah,
okay. So
I'm
what
okay.
do you do? What do you do for you to find your smile and heal? And how have you taken care of yourself? And what is your journey to healing and self-love been? What does that look like for you?
Well, for me, again, seeing my kids being independent.
Yeah.
Both of my kids are finishing college right now, and I'm so proud of
Wow.
them.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are they
With
going to school for?
Well, now my oldest one, he's been studying law for 4 years, and
Oh,
Latin. So at first he wants to be an attorney and then changed to be like a psychiatrist and then now wants to be a nurse.
wow. A jack
Yeah,
of all
so
trades.
what mommy is doing is like support, support, support. And my second son, he is chemical engineer and studying to be a geothermal engineering in Hawaii. Came back home and wants to do his own business. He have actually at his age being 22-year old, he is doing like he's handling two businesses now,
Yeah.
making his own money. Not much. He just started, but it's growing. And I have a 15-year-old, still like he's tall. He's like almost 6 foot up there, and he's still like hug mommy, like text, calling like every day, like even when he's with daddy,
But I
and
mean,
like
that's so good, right? Like today, my son called me, and just hearing his voice, his deep voice, hi, mom.
yeah,
It was
like
like,
today
I
is
mean, to
like
say nothing else, I was like, oh,
uh
hi,
like
baby.
today is like his first day in school being a 10th grade. It's like, mom, I survived. It's like, oh wow, I'm surprised. I was like, and by the way, I'm working on getting my driver's license. I want a car. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, you can have an old car.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
like yeah, like just seeing my kids growing up, and I'm hoping they will going to grow up, and I keep on teaching them like at the time, like when mommy will be gone, I want you guys
mm.
to still have that heart to help other people and remember where you guys came from.
Ooh, good job, mommy. Good job.
And that's what I've been teaching my kids. And I keep on telling my kids, you have to help other people who don't have anything or have nothing, because you guys know how to feel when you don't have anything.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
always like, no matter how life will like challenge you,
yeah,
if there's a problem, there's always a solution. It's
yeah.
all up to you how to figure out how to resolve it. If you can't resolve it right now, take a break.
Mm.
Take a
That's
break. And just like, continue do all good stuff, because good karma will always come back to you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
So
nice.
how I heal, Joanna, to answer your question is, I am just too inspired having good kids, too inspired seeing a lot of people that loves and support me. Like even last minute thing when I said I need this, I need that, I need that, everybody will going to show up.
Yeah,
And I am just like really surprised how people remember me the way I am. I mean, there's like one girl that travels from Tennessee back seeing me in Las Vegas, or someone see me in Las Vegas that they know me 20 years ago that I didn't even know that I did something good stuff for them. And that really surprised me.
yeah.
So just continue living, doing do good things to others.
Service. So service, you
Yes.
know, I I I heal through service too. And I get it. And then to be able to show up in service and let your kids see that and receive those rewards and to teach them the benefits of giving and helping others is a beautiful thing. It's
Helping
a
others makes you feel so good.
It sure does. It's such a like I always say it's the greatest and easiest and quickest way to access someone's heart and their truth
Mhm.
because it's impossible to be angry or a liar or anything when you're in your heart serving. You're immediately with God and in the presence of your most best and authentic self. So
Yeah.
to be in service and to find your way through healing, that's such a great vehicle. Such a
Yeah. And again, as what I said, good karma will always come back good to you too. And it's
yeah,
not just like one fold, two folds, it's
yeah.
multiple folds.
So
Yeah.
I love that you use the word karma. What when you pray, what does that sound like? What does that feel like? Seriously.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
You know what? I've learned my lesson. When I was like, there's a story behind that. When I was really like very upset, very sad, I was praying like, oh God, why is it that he's doing this one to me like this, like that? I hope that you will going to like make him learn, like, something like that. And then
Uh-huh.
it happened. I've seen the karma that get back, you know, like I've seen what happened to him, and I went back to church and said, okay, you know what,
Yeah.
I did ask for karma, but I didn't ask you to let me witness it.
Right.
Please
Right.
help him.
Yeah.
So good karma. I am a very, very positive person.
So for someone that might not know what the word karma means, what does it mean to you?
For me, is like whatever you do to other people, what you
Mhm.
do to like not yourself, to anyone,
Mhm.
it will actually come back to you too. You will feel it too.
So if you
So
do something good, you're going to get something good back.
something good
Okay.
back. I always believe that, and not only one, two, three times, like I've experienced that. Again, um, there's a lot of good things that happen to me, even if there's some bad stuff that happened to me that I considered, and those people get their time back. But I don't wish
So
them to
that's
those
good
people
karma.
who yeah, to
Something
those
bad.
people who hurt me before. I was wishing that they will feel what I feel.
Mhm.
So when I pray, you ask me that,
Mhm.
I usually say, touch their heart, touch their
Mhm.
mind, and
Mm.
make them realize what they're doing is not right. Make them happy, because I always believe happy people always want other people happy. And that's me.
I'm writing all that down. Touch. Let's say that again. Those are really good words, and I don't want to forget them. So touch their heart, touch their mind.
Make them realize what they're doing is not right. And I want them to be happy, because I do believe happy people wants other people to be happy too.
And happiness, because happy people, happy people what?
Happy people wants to see other people happy.
Mm.
True, right? I mean, if you're like a happy person and then you see someone is crying out there, do you think that that won't going to tear your heart? Like, wonder what's going on?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But if
Absolutely.
you're going to like, when we were sitting down together and we were laughing, didn't you notice other people were laughing with us, even they don't know what we're talking?
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yeah,
Happiness is contagious.
it is. It is.
Hope I can spell that right. I spelled everything wrong. Okay, for everyone out there, I'm sure I spelled that wrong. Just help me out. We always end our speakeasies with love, with a dose of love and prayer. And I would love to pray with you.
Oh,
And I would love for you to lead us in that prayer and just create a dose of contagious happiness. Spread some love with me and create a blessing for you and me, our fellow queens and fellow survivors of our world today. Will you do that with me?
you know what? Again, they really have to do this.
No, you don't have to. I can do this. Absolutely. You don't have to. That's okay.
um, I
But
am
if
not
there's
really
anything on
very
your heart,
religious. I'm not a very. I just want to be upfront that I'm not a very. Though I was raised and born being a Catholic, but
uh-huh.
I'm not taught to be like, like you lead the prayers like this. I do pray.
Hmm.
I do ask, and what I usually do is just like I close my eyes and start saying,
Yeah, and you know what, Dolce? That is the beauty of being different and all of us uniting in that space of love. It's not about religion to me. Prayer is not about religion to me. Prayer is just being in the space of God and divine light and energy and good karma.
Okay, I'm
Like
not
I
going
said,
to say
you
no.
listen, you listen to yourself.
I was taught not to say no. So let's try this. If I'm
Okay, yep.
wrong, please
Lead me.
correct me.
There's no, you could never be wrong in my eyes. Lead me.
Okay. Dear God, I thank you for everything you've given to me, to my family, especially to my kids, and to all my friends. Please guide us and help us to walk in the right pathway and to do all the things that are good and acceptable to you.
Mm,
I ask you to help the people who are suffering right now, who are in need, who are suffering with their health, who are like suffering for like everything, who are struggling in their life, that you will going to lift them up. I thank you. Again, I thank you for every day that all of us are here, and please make everyone happy and let us survive in this challenge, especially what we're facing right now. Amen.
amen. And I would just like to take that energy and spread it with love and light and create that unity between your heart and mind. And to know that in this beautiful space of love and light, we're able to be used as a vehicle and a vessel to do great things. I know that God has so much purpose for us and that He leads us so greatly each and every day. And I'm so thankful for that because it's what led us to this moment here and now. And I ask that you and I, and our hands and our lips, our hearts, that we are blessed with the goodness, the soul, the passion, and the love that can continue to inspire others and heal others and feel the God that is in all of us. So, as we take a deep breath into this moment, I say thank you. I say thank you, and I ask that we are continued to be used for this greatness. And slowly open our eyes and feel this moment. And I just want you to know how much I love you.
I love
Thank
you
you for
too.
having
And
that
happy
moment.
birthday, Queen.
It's a privilege. It's an honor to share this moment on this day with you. I love you so much, and I see you, and I feel you, and I just want to continue to encourage you to be who you are because you have an incredible ability to help others, especially from your culture and for women and as a mom. So keep going and
Thank
keep
you.
shining bright. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you for having me. And
Great.
to those who wants to help out, I definitely need help to
So
lift
how can
other
they reach
people.
out to you? How can someone that wants to support you and your mission and your purpose, how can they find you and support you?
Well, most of the victims really wants to um like especially the new victims, they usually just want someone that will going to listen to them. So my telephone number is out there, like to those who need someone that they were going to talk to. I'm not a therapist. I am actually like I started learning how to be a good listener.
Mhm.
But yeah, a lot of victims right now need some support, like some just some time to talk to anyone that can talk, like to listen to them. And we will be, I'm hoping anytime soon we will going to put our website up. And
Email address?
sorry.
Do you have an email address that maybe someone can contact you or a social media handle?
Most of the people actually just reach me out with my name, Dulce Pino.
Okay.
And I know with my phone number being out there, they can find it out. Yeah. So email address, it's also out there. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. If there was, just one thing that you could leave behind, your little thumbprint in life, that imprint, what would it be?
Um, life is so short.
Hmm.
No matter what will happen to us in the past, we can always choose to have a better life today and in the future. It's all up to us which path we will go. If you want to be sad, I'd rather choose to be happy.
Be beautiful thumbprint. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you,
All right.
Joanna.
All right, Miss Sweet Queen. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm here for you always. I love chatting you up. And who knows? Maybe we've got another Disneyland trip ahead of us, or a good
You're
night in
right.
a helicopter.
Oh no. I don't want to do that one for now. Yeah, but definitely looking forward. Very excited to see all the queens on October. And yeah, I can't wait seeing everyone with their platform and how we're going to support with each other.
Absolutely.
That-
Always and forever. Sisterhood forever. Well,
Yes.
thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Speak Easy with Love and to honor and celebrate a fellow survivor and sweet queen, Dulce Pino. Hope everyone has
Aw.
a beautiful and blessed day. And again, thank you, my sweet queen. Mwah.
Thank you, Joanna.
Love you.
Mwah.
Have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye
Have a
bye.
good one. Bye. Bye.